Welcome crafters. Thank you very much for tuning in my channel. My name is Van. I have uploaded a few videos on YouTube and I really hope that my videos are useful to you and they are easy for you to follow. If you like my tutorials, please give me a thumbs up, share them with your friends, or leave me a comment. Let me know how I can improve. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so that you can get notification of upcoming videos. Thank you. Today, I like to share with you this reversible crochet by using only double crochet and chain stitch to create this beautiful geometric patterns on both sides. You can make beautiful bedspread, scarves, or even purses with this. So for this project, you'll need a hook and two different color of yarn. So let's call the red yarn, yarn A. We're going to make chain of 30. For this pattern, you're going to need to make chain of an increment of 6. So in this case, I just choose 30. Okay, now that we have chain of 30, we're going to start the first row. First row, we're going to make chain 1 and single crochet in every single chain across. When finished, make chain of 4, turn your work over, skip 1 space, and double crochet in the next. And then do a chain 1 and skip 1 space, double crochet. So that's going to be our stitch from now on. Just chain 1 and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. That's our stitch. Okay, now that we have completed that row, we're going to do chain of 4 and place the stitch marker on that last stitch. And we're going to work with the other yarn. We're going to call it yarn B, or the lighter yarn. So again, we're going to do chain 30. Okay, now that we finished our chain of 30, we're going to do an extra chain 4. That's going to count as your first double crochet and a chain 1. So on the 29th chain, we're going to do the double crochet in that. Okay, and chain 1, skip 1 space, and double crochet. Okay, to complete this row, we're going to do double crochet and then chain 4. So now here you have 2 different color. Yarn A, we had 2 different, we have 2 row, and that's 1 single crochet and then double crochet in a chain 1. And this other yarn, yarn B, or the lighter color, we did not do the single crochet. We just omit that row. And now we're going to put them together. Put yarn B on top of yarn A, and we're going to work with yarn B now. So double crochet in the post, okay, and we'll do chain 1 Okay, now we're going to weave this other post into that chain one space. So on the second chain one space of yarn A, we're going to insert the hook from behind and pull the third post over to the back, double crochet. Basically what we're doing, so we're just weaving and crochet at the same time. Okay, so now we're going to chain one and going back to the front, and we'll do 3 posts at the front. Chain one, 2 more posts. One more. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to weave that post, the next post, behind the red yarn. So 1, 2, 3, fourth, the fourth chain one space, insert your hook through and pull that post of the yellow yarn over to the back, pull it through and double crochet. Okay, and then going to the back, to the front again, and do 3 posts at the front. So we just keep doing that until the end of the row. So by weaving these posts back and forth like that, we're creating a cross pattern with this yellow yarn and a square pattern with the red yarn. Okay, now that we get to the end of the row, we're going to do a double crochet and chain 4. Okay, and we're going to put a stitch marker on that yellow yarn, and we're going to work with our red yarn now. So as you can see, with the yellow yarn, we have 3 posts that we work from the front, and then we have 1 post that we work at the back. Okay, now continue with the red yarn. We're going to create the squares pattern. So our chain 4 count as our first double crochet and a chain 1. So working now at the front, we're going to double crochet at the front and then 2 at the back. So when I say double crochet, meaning that we do double crochet and a chain, that's our stitching pattern. Okay, now we're going to the front because we want to create that square. So now we're going to put the one post on this side to create that one side of the square, and then the other side. Okay, now we're going to go back to the work at the back, double crochet and chain one. So 2 posts at the front, 2 posts at the back, and we'll just keep repeating that till the end of the row. Again, when we get to the end of the row, we're going to chain 4 and take your stitch marker, put on the red yarn. Now we're going to turn our work over and work with the yellow yarn. With the yellow yarn, we're going to create a cross pattern. Okay, so with the cross pattern, what we're going to do is just double crochet on that post, that T. Okay, now we're going to crochet the next 3 posts from behind the red yarn. So you can either pull your hook through, or just turn your work over and push it through, doesn't matter. Double crochet and chain 1, that's our stitching. Double crochet and chain 1. Okay, one more. I find that it's easier just to push the hook through and pull it over, pull the post over, and do your work that way. Now we're going to do another one at the front, do a double crochet and chain 1 at the front. Okay, and now 3 more posts at the back. So just keep doing that until the end of the row. Now your pattern has completed, and what you have is a cross on this one side with the yellow yarn, and the other side you have is the square with the red yarn. So it's a really beautiful pattern, and it may be a little intimidating to work with two different type of yarn, but once you get a hang of it, it's actually very, very simple. And you can create many things with this. You can make a beautiful scarf, or you can make bedspread. You can make purses or even hats. Beautiful pattern. Okay, once your pattern is completed, now you're going to make another pattern, repeat the pattern, and you're going to be working with the red yarn. The red yarn, what you're going to do is work at the front. You're not weaving anything at this row. You're not going to weave at all. So it's just double crochet and chain one into every single post at the front. Okay, now you can turn your work over, and what you're going to do now is that you're going to stagger the pattern. Rather than having the square on top of square, you're going to have the square in that middle section there. So what you're going to do is that you're going to crochet, double crochet in the next 1, 2, 3 posts at the front with the yellow yarn. 2, and 3. Okay, so for the next one, the next post, which is that middle post there, you're going to be working it from the back of the red yarn. Okay, so on the fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth, on the fourth, chain one space, you're going to put your hook, push your hook through, and pull that post to the back. Okay, and do double crochet in that post. And if you remember, we're going to come back to the front and work the next 3 posts at the front. Okay, and we're just going to keep following that pattern. 3 posts at the front, 1 in the back, and keep doing that until the end of this row. Okay, so chain 4 to finish with that yellow yarn. Put your stitch marker over there and go back to the other side and continue working with the red yarn. So we always work in the same direction. Yellow yarn, red yarn, and it's always one direction. We finish one yarn and then go back to the other side and finish with the other yarn. So now with the red yarn, and if you remember, we're going to crochet 2 from the back and 2 at the front. Okay, see that post? We're going to pull it to the front that would be our edge of the other edge of the square. Chain 1, and now we're going to work the other edge of the square. Okay, now our square is completed. We're now going to go to the back and work 2 double crochet from each of the 2 posts. Double crochets on the 2 posts in the back. And come back to the front and work the next 2 posts at the front. Okay, now that we finish the end of this row, we're going to chain 4 as well. Okay, working with our yellow yarn, turn our work over. So what we're going to do now is the same thing. One post, work one of the posts at the front to create that cross, and the next 3 posts will be at the back. So now we're going to work at the back first because that's not a cross pattern yet. Okay, so that's 3 posts at the back. Okay, the next post, to create that cross, we're going to come to the front and double crochet in there. Chain 1, and now we're going to go to the back and repeat. Okay, chain 4 to start the next row. So now we have just completed our next row of pattern, and if you can see, there are 2 rows of crosses here. They're just staggering rows. The first one is a 4 cross at the bottom. There is 4 cross, and then the second one is a 3 crosses. Okay, so if we were going to start the next one, it will be 4 crosses. So here on the other side, we actually have the squares. So here I started my bedspread with this, and when done, I'm going to be stitching them together so that they're going to have open gaps like that. But as you can see, it's beautiful, very, very nice. Nice and thick. This is perfect for fall or winter bedspread. And if you want to have a thinner one, then use thinner yarn. I really like this stitch. I think it's quite versatile and beautiful. I hope you like it too. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so that you can get notification of my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.